Hello, everyone. This is Brian Burrows with Equity Real Estate. I'm bringing you the market report for the last week. It has been absolutely insane. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it here. So as you can see, this was from May 25th to the 31st, 2020. And we're just going to go ahead and just jump right into the numbers. If this is your first time, I'm going to explain a few things. No, I don't want to lose anyone. This information that you see on your screen is the number of showings that have been requested clear back since the beginning of the year, actually January 14th, so it just goes back a few months. But as you can see, the blue line on this is 2019, orange is 2020. Again, this is available by Showing Time, who is the #1 showing requested service for all of the listings on the MLS. So this is where everyone goes to try and request a showing, make it easier. Of course, very few just contact the agent in person, but that does happen as well. So just to give you an idea of what's going on in the market, COVID-19 kind of shut things down and we saw this big decline go down, down, down. We are way back up and we're actually over last year as far as showings, which I want you to keep that in the back of your mind because as you'll see coming up, let's go ahead and go forward here on the active residential. Now this information is brought to you by utahrealestate.com, which is where our active MLS is. And it starts from January 1st. You can see here in 2019, which is the orange, continue to just steadily climb from April and just have a lot more homes keep coming up on the market and staying active, where as you can see here in 2020 we had a dip, come back up, and now we are actually separating again. Look at that. It almost looks like a ripple of waves, but we're going on the downside on that, which as far as the way that affects the market, we have tons and tons of buyers looking right now, as you've seen with the number of listing or the number of showing requests. Tons of people out looking, not so many people selling. And so what that really does to us is really puts buyers in a crunch as far as trying to find a home, but it also helps drive up prices, and it shows that we are not going to have a recession on our housing market, at least anytime soon. This is the average number of residential listings. So if you were here last month, this updates every single month, and the active number has actually gone down. This is just showing what is listed per day, and part of the reason for that is because of the under contract as well. So we do have a significant number of homes that have gone down where they're just not listed on the market. But for those ones that have been listed, we are actually seeing fewer days on the market and a lot faster as far as getting them under contract and getting sold. So let's just look at this. This is 2019. We can see a little crossover right through April, and then 2019 drops down. So you guys saw how many homes came up on the market and people were looking, but 2020 we have fewer homes. Everyone's still looking, and we just have a lot more of them going under contract a lot faster. So we are above 2019, even though we just don't have anything available. So that just means that everything's going under contract, and our month supply of inventory is much, much less than it was last year. This graph shows you what's basically gone on in the last 5 years. But this year, we were down in April as far as what was under contract, and now we are well above our 5-year mark as far as what we're looking at going under contract. So I just want to point out, if anyone is even considering selling, right now is going to be the time. So it is a hot market. We've seen rates less than 3%. Houses are moving fast, tons of buyers out there, tons of qualified buyers to purchase. And so this is just one of the hottest markets we've actually seen in at least the last 5 years. So the total number of sold, as you can see, have gone up. It's still less than, the last 5 years, but the problem is that there's no houses. So if, we can't sell more than we have available. There are some new builds that are going up, and those are selling even faster because there aren't any other homes for somebody to buy. So they're jumping in on those. So just a little bit about how the market has changed from 2019 as far as the statistics. The average days on the market last year in 2019 was 37. The average days on the market is 36, and these numbers are over the entire state. There are a few hot spots that are actually quite well and even way better than these numbers right here. The average list price last year was $397. This year was $391. So the average list price has gone down a little bit. We've seen a lot of condos go up for sale, things like that. So that does affect it. And this is just the last week's representation. This is not the entire year. So the average sold price from $392 to $387. So we've actually stayed pretty consistent as far as listing to sold prices, the distance between those two. But here's what we're looking at as far as the last week. The number of sales in 2019 was 1184, and this year it's 946 for this last week. So that is a significant drop from last year, but it's actually an increase over what we've seen this year as far as what's gone up and what's available versus what goes under contract and then eventually gets sold. So this is actually a really high number for what we've seen as far as compared to what we've seen list. So if you guys want any specific information about your market, your neighborhood, or just to chat about your house, I offer a free market analysis. I'd be more than happy to give you specific numbers about your home and where you live and what your street is doing. Again, I'm Brian Burrows with Equity Real Estate, and my number is 801-920-9343. Feel free to give me a call.